Greetings and welcome to the energy of Scorpio. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you for checking in. This will not be for everyone. This is primarily a channel of the occult. Okay, and we're dealing with the eighth house with the energy of Scorpio. So this is not for everyone. It's introverted Mars, so there's action in the very deep recesses of Pluto's energy. Okay, of the very depths. Okay, so active occult is what we're after here. I've devised a tool. It's a 9-card spread known as the Great Mirror, devised by the Order of the Twin Sun, and I am looking forward to showing some of the degrees of transformation that may exist with karmas that deal with the specific other, specific or significant other of Scorpio. Okay, usually this revolves around the seventh house of Scorpio, which is has a natural affinity towards Venusian introversion. Okay, and that is fixed Earth. Okay, that is Taurus's energy. Now, the mystery of this axis, okay, that we're pulling about, it has to do with the transforms from Venus into Mars and Pluto's energy. Okay, so it resembles Persephone's descent into the underworld and ascent in the springtime, in the equinox. So those insights there, we shall look into how deep or colored this reading goes in terms of the Great Mirror. Firstly, I'd like to start off with a small reading of karma. Okay. There's thoughtfulness in the detail. These details go deep. They go quite deep. Of what? Detail of what? Thoughtfulness and detail. Concentration, method, practice, grounded curation. There's something about this. It's a 7. So becoming a master of method, becoming a master of your craft, whatever that is for you, it revolves around the saturation of Mars energy. Okay, so through non-action, there's an appreciation of the natural world or the natural order around Scorpio's energy. Okay, and with this, there is also a look to the second house and the first and the third. A way to address the self through communication with others, friends, perhaps people down on the street or whatnot. Your most immediate connections that are based on the temporal closeness of others. That will help you to understand how to break free from tension, from anger especially, and to let things slide. Mars is becoming saturated here for some reason. This revolves around what? The difference is a need to find Mercury's balance between two different realities, okay? To find balance within both of those, and to also hint that there's something about the difference between introverted Mercury and extroverted Mercury, the ability to think within, or the ability to point without, to go in that direction. Okay, there is an element of self-mastery here that will bring you into a mode of empowerment to do what? to close things, and to ground in a certain way. This has to do with the closing of beginnings before they happen in order to avoid tension with others, but also, yes, tension through the intensity of things that are emotional in nature that need to be expressed through your mode of creativity, yet aren't. Therefore, they become pent up with the color and the degree of that which needs to be expressed. There's an explosive quality here, okay, that I rather like. There's something here about things that need to be done in terms of feelings or passions or ways of bringing forward realities, okay, to the point where you're willing to sacrifice the tension that you find with others, any other, okay, and this will help you to essentially move into the Seven of Swords energies, conversion of fire to air, alchemic in nature, okay. What I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords is an ability to embrace a way of thinking that is balanced, that is also impacted by eclipses, that is also colored by the degree of stagnation, but in the stillness of balance, especially cardinal air, Libra's energy. There's an ability here to understand how there's been a movement from the 11th to the 7th houses. Okay, with that difference, okay, there is sort of a block being released. There also is a block being released with others. Okay, and this will help you to find the perfection that perhaps you're trying to seek in the creation of your own realities. Good God, it's one hell of a reading. Moving on to the 1983 deck, Royal Fez Moroccan Tarot deck, with these very psychedelic, groovy back covers. So we'll go ahead and work with this 1983 deck for the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see apparent karmas between Taurus and the 7th house of Taurus, okay, which is naturally, it would be Scorpio, and the opposite would be the 7th house of Taurus, okay. This axis is very interesting because it has to do with the complete and utter destruction and regeneration of realities that are sublimated, that are already sublimated, okay? Meaning that they are already enchanted realities. Something about this also speaks of the dream world. It's abstraction and it's a complete and utter dreamlike quality, that is hard to grasp, okay? And this could provide for some angst or tension in terms of others. So, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, that's enough. Whew. Yeah, there it is again. So, there's a realm and a degree of mastery that you're dealing with, to the point where you have to abstain from the dream world, from La La land. And with this, there's an ability to find stillness, okay? But the stillness, it also causes a degree of starvation. There's a fasting here that has to do with the whittling down of the board or the wood that creates and substantiates, okay, either wands or staves, okay, and these are channeling devices. With this, there's an ability to find a tool, okay, of some sort, or you to become a tool, an agent of the dream world, okay. Let's see here. Interesting. Hierophant in reverse. Okay. Whomever or whatever you're dealing with here, there's a degree of nostalgia and the past that haunts this connection, to the point where investing into that, okay, say they try to invest into these remnants, these memories. There's something about these memories that one of them becomes faulty, and that is the very nature of memory. It's plastic in nature. It's malleable. Okay, meaning that there are certain details or certain impressions that can change over time, that can be diluted or that lose their crystallization. They become diluted in some sort of way. Um, so there is a return here. The problem is that you're invested very deeply into a path of self-preservation. Okay, uh, and that's not a negative thing. There's something about you that needs to honor contracts with the self, the higher self, um, but also more importantly, more specifically, to the inner self. Okay, this will give you a sense of balance. There's something about you also that resembles the two of pentacles. Okay, which usually has to do with the balancing out in a mercurial way, in the introversion of Mercury, uh, in a way that would suffice anyone that would come into your path. Okay, um, so there's a great degree of devotion here. Okay, and this can be your challenge. Something about you wants to mirror the other, yet you are committed on such a deep path already that has to do with yourself and not them. And this allows you to essentially find a way and to bring forward a reality, okay, or a vision that seems dormant. Perhaps you want to lose this vision, okay? Perhaps there's something about you that feels terribly imbalanced when it comes to a connection like this. Excuse me. Uh, excuse me. I think both of you are trying to release, for one thing, a mode of expectation. Okay, this will help you to essentially bring forward a way of thinking, a way of pure, pure thinking. This reminds me of also sinusoidal waves, which are uh, um, they can be congruent with others, creating either resonances or troughs in terms of vibrational energy. Okay, the thing is that you can distort in such a way, especially with the realm of Neptune or the accentuation of Martian energy or Plutonic energy. Excuse me, through the energy of Scorpio. You can make your vibration extremely distorted. Okay. To the point where it would overpower any other signal that would try to come and create resonance with you. Um, and not only would there be phasing of these kinds of realities that are sinusoidal in nature, these paths, these energies. What I'm seeing here is a want to become, uh, 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 um, sort of on par with someone else, but the inability to do so because of questioning in terms of the conditions that are brought into this type of connection. Okay, the conditions are very deep and very intense. They are emotional in nature, and they are idealized in some sort of way to the point where it's something that you would not want to let go, even if you did offer them. Okay, this has to do also with the contribution of collective thought, collective energetic thought. This is emotional in nature, intuitive thought that is felt on the whole by communities or society or the world or the galaxy or the universe. Something here talks about a return to nostalgic ways of memories that are distorted. Both of you wanting to contribute your own truth in terms of these, knowing that you are committed on a path to the inner self, and then on a path that has to do with letting go. Letting go of what? Something that has to do with expectations, great expectations. Okay. The thing is that both of you are mutes in terms of the semiotic or perhaps naturalistic way of receiving messages from reality. Okay, signs or symbols from reality that would inform you otherwise. Okay, these are natural gifts from the natural world in order to help us on our path. The thing is that there is a retroactive way of thinking here that is subject to extreme forms of distorted memory. Okay, to the point where both of you want to contribute to this, bring the Two of Cups energy, but then it becomes toxic in some sort of way. This resembles a way to break free from anything that has to do with said thoughts or said ways of thinking that would bring forward modes of guilt, and to surrender these types of guilt in order to find balance and equilibrium. This person looks up to you in some sort of way. There's something about you that maintains a degree of jest, of comedy, even, of such a connection to the point where it becomes ridiculous. It becomes ridiculous. And that's not a bad thing. I think it's important to essentially not be too fixated on curation of your own realities, and to let go, perhaps in the realm of fate, and to give it up to the universe, or to determination, deterministic values of the natural order. Okay, and there's something about you that becomes a perfectionist in this, of the golden round that may emerge each day, and it will, assuredly. But there's something about you that could find other ways that would help you to embrace abstraction, to embrace the coloration of mind or memory. How funny that can be. Maybe it's something that you could look into. That's it. I'm done on the high horse. Hopefully, that was at least edifying in some degree in terms of advice. Yeah, there has to be an element of letting go. If you do this, then uh, there will be a natural order or natural sort of flow when it comes to you and a significant other. Uh, I do wish you well. Thank you for tuning in. That was the Great Mirror. Thank you. Bye bye.